The New Japan World Tag League 2018 Finals is just around the corner. It's time for my preview of the show. 9-match card. We have 3 8-man tag matches and 3 6-man tag matches, and then 2 singles in the finals, of course, in the main event. As our start for the opener, 8-man tag. Shota Umino, Eiro Yoshida, Toa Henare, and Togi Makabe taking on Manabu Nakanishi, Yuji Nagata, Satoshi Kojima, and Hiroshi Tenzan there. Makabe's not going to get involved in the finish, obviously. I do think Shota Umino or Ioto Yoshida is going to take the fall here. I will say Kojima, Ten Koji, they got the win. One of the 2 losses over Guerrillas Destiny. Guerrillas Destiny lost to them. And Michael Elgin and Jeff Cobb. So they get the opportunity to, if depending on what goes on here, if Guerrillas Destiny leave Wrestle Kingdom 13 with the IWGP Tag Team Championships, they get a future title shot. So how about that? And they kind of keep them strong to end the year, going into the Road 2 shows. As next match, 8-man tag, Chucky T, Beretta, Jeff Cobb, Michael Elgin taking on David Boy Smith Jr., Lance Archer, Zuka, and Minoru Suzuki. A Suzuki Gun versus a kind of a somewhat thrown together 8-man team. We have 2 guys for Chaos, of course, and Chucky T and Beretta, and Michael Elgin. He's pretty much a line marker, and Jeff Cobb, who's still getting his feet wet with New Japan, just kind of been a World Tag League and kind of U.S. New Japan shows guy. The story so far of this World Tag League has been Chuck Taylor losing the shit throughout the tournament and kind of going crazy as, the story of Jay White having a mole in Chaos and Chucky T getting these crazy antics and this crazy attitude he's been getting throughout the tournament. It's kind of like being like, to build up that, there's dissension in Chaos and whatnot. I don't think Chucky T is the mold or anything. I don't think Chuck Taylor's the mold or anything like that. I still think Yo's the mole. It's going to be built up with time. It might be revealed at Wrestle Kingdom. I doubt that. I'd say it's going to be built. New Year's Dash be the turn. They love doing that type of shit at New Year's Dash. And, for Chuck, they might have something with Beretta, because it's been kind of building that these two, they had a crazy ass the last show they did, Guerrillas Destiny and Chuck Taylor. I think Chuck hit one of the refs, and he's probably gonna get fined for that, kayfabe of course, but type of thing where he's just they're going crazy, he's going crazy over there, and it's been a fun kind of story of just the World Tag League to follow throughout the show so far. As KS, they've done really well, of course, in the tournament, as, damn near at the top, of course. They're like the top 4 teams, them, obviously the 2 final teams in Guerrillas of Destiny and Evil and Sana, and Toriano Nishi was up there, too, which was not really surprising, but, it's not like they've ever been, like, an IWGP Tag Team title team, so that was always kind of like, whoa, that's out there, but that's the story there. As far as, who's going to take the fall, I think Chuck's going to take the fall here, just to kind of build up the craziness, and, he's going to run into some actual lunatics here in Suzuki Gun. I don't think Suzuki's going to, choke him out or anything. I think just KS is going to hit, a killer bomb on Chuck for the old win there. As a 6-man tag, our 3rd match on the card, a little Chaos Suzuki Gun 6-man tag, Sho and Yo, and Tomohiro Ishii taking on El Desperado, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and Zack Sabre Jr. Of course, just a little prequel Wrestle Kingdom 13. Obviously, Ishii and Zack, they have their match, and Joe and Yo, and Desperado and Kanemaru in their junior tag match with also Shingo and Bushi. So, just a little filler, time to build. I wouldn't be surprised if this is on the road to Tokyo Dome show as well in the future, even on an 8-man tag, throw somebody else in there. As far as, it's kind of up in the air, really. I don't know who's going to win this match. It's not, it depends on who needs the most momentum going into the matchup. Really, Desperado and Kanemaru, they've had the belts for a while, so they don't really need the added momentum. Sho and Yo could fucking use it, but if they're building up to Yo turning at, New Year's Dash, it would make sense that they'd start losing a bit more going into Wrestle Kingdom. But, really just, it's all hearsay. It's all, we just gotta wait and see how it unfolds here with this one. As far as what I'm gonna go with, I'll go with Roppongi 3K getting the win, though. I'll go with, they hit Roppongi 3K on Desperado, get a win there. As the next match, Bullet Club versus LIJ, 6-man tag. Chase Owens, Yujiro Takahashi, and Hangman Page taking on Shingo, Bushi, and Tetsuya Naito there. As wow, it's crazy. Naito's the 4th match on the card. As he's obviously the biggest star in this matchup. Definitely would hope he'd win the match there, as he's either pins like him and Yujiro, of course, have the history of the No Limit team way back when. It'd be awesome if they got some interactions between the two, but they might play up to that. It'd be awesome if they did, at least. It being a World Tag League final show, probably not. They'll probably maybe touch for a minute or two, but nothing too special or anything. I do think Naito's going to win. He'll probably hit a Destino or Chase Owens. That'll be my, either Chase Owens, Yujiro, Hangman be protected type of thing. As 5th match of the card, 6-man tag, the last 6-man tag of the show. Here as a little chaos, Bullet Club OGs, or Firing Squad, whatever name they want to come up with this fucking week. Kushida, Toru Yano, and Kazuchika Okada taking on Taiji Shimoi, Bad Luck Fale, and Jay White. Of course, Jay White and Okada, they have their Wrestle Kingdom match set in stone. As and Kushida and Taiji Shimoi have their set in stone, and Yano and Bad Luck Fale, I really hope they have interactions throughout this match. The perfect straight man to Toru Yano's comedy act is probably Bad Luck Fale. That would be fucking tremendous if they do comedy spots in this match. Fale will be a perfect component to that on the receiving end of in a comedy match. It's Toru Yano. I doubt it, though. I highly doubt it. Probably, they'll just build up Kushida and Ishimori and Okada and Jay White, and Toru Yano and Fale probably won't even touch, if I had to guess. There, as far as predictions goes, I think Yano's taking the fall here. I think either Jay White's gonna pin him, or Fale even pins him. Even just that short little time they touch, just, grenade. And that's it, 1, 2, 3 type of thing. But I don't think the Bullet Club OGs are gonna lose this match here. But there's a lot of interesting pieces there. I'm excited to see how that plays out, actually. As next match, 8-man tag, Ryusuke Taguchi, David Finlay Jr., Juice Robinson, Hiroshi Tanahashi taking on Marty Scurll, the Young Bucks, and Kenny Omega. Taguchi Japan versus the Elite. There as the Elite, they haven't really had many multi-man matches that as far as shows I've previewed and reviewed here on the channel, as with Kenny with his IWGP Heavyweight title, and with the Bucks, they were in the tag team title picture there for a bit, and with Marty Scurll bouncing around that junior heavyweight division, was in the junior heavyweight tournament, so they never really were able to do multi-man matches together. But here, they get one here, as obviously Tanahashi and Omega, the main event of Wrestle Kingdom. They'll touch very little, they'll build up that more and more. Taguchi and Marty Scurll, though, of course, the two juniors in this, they'll be involved in the match throughout, but Finlay and Juice Robinson, they're kind of in there with the Bucks. The Bucks, I was gonna save this for the preview of the main event here, the finals. I think the Bucks, no matter who wins, if it's either Evil Sonata or if it's Guerrilla's Destiny, post-match, they'll come out and challenge, and they'll throw their name in the hat. So if it's Evil Sonata, they'll make it a fucking triple threat tag match. If it's GOD, be GOD versus the Bucks. I got a feeling. I don't know why. Just the New Japan, I feel like they're just going to fuck over these tag leagues. And they'll make them 6-man tags for this Wrestle Kingdom. They want to get those guys on the card as much as they can. No! If they want to do that never open weight 6-man gauntlet match, the Bucks and Marty Scurll, they got nothing. Would be a hell of a team. Would be a former champions. Wouldn't put it past them. They're just in the gauntlet match. As on to the next match, number 1 contenders match for the Never Openweight Championship with Will Ospreay and Tai Chi here. As I'm gonna go with Will Ospreay on this one, pretty much right out of the gate. I think they're doing Ospreay Kota Ibushi at Wrestle Kingdom, which is gonna be fucking crazy. Even if it's not them, if it for some reason they do Ospreay and Goto, that's even still with the chaos friction building up between the stable. Wouldn't mind that at all as well, but obviously Ospreay and Kota Ibushi, that's fucking crazy. I mean, that's show stealer match right there on a stacked card already, and that's gonna be fucking crazy if that is the match they do. I'm very excited to see it, even if it's not at Wrestle Kingdom, it's just somewhere down the line. That's gonna be a crazy ass match. As far as this Ospreay Tai Chi match, obviously Tai Chi a former junior heavyweight, so it's not too much of a stretch for Ospreay. Tai Chi, I'm not sure how well he does as a base. Doesn't really do a lot of basing in this match, so we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But Ospreay doesn't do a whole lot of shit where you need a base. He mainly just does shit to you. It just does a bunch of springboards to you. So yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be fine. But that's two obviously polar opposite styles going at it. So I'm intrigued to see how that plays out. I think Tai Chi's gonna bring it though. Tai Chi, he's gonna kick the shit out of him and probably hit him with that Tai Chi style final bomb. Ospreay kick out, come back, and Ospreay do something crazy, either at like 6:30 maybe, or even just the Stormbreaker for the win there over Tai Chi. As then the co-main event, the Never Openweight Championship matchup, Hiroki Goto and Kota Ibushi. Now, even though Goto has just won the belt back from Tai Chi a mere almost a month ago, as it really doesn't matter too much. Because obviously Goto, he's just going to be synonymous with the Never Openweight division. And he's always, him and Ishii right now are tied as the most reigns for the belt right now. So he's kind of, Mr. Never Openweight division, him and Ishii. Even though Ishii's mainly out of it now, Goto's going to be kind of pigeonholed as like the figurehead of that division. So even if he loses here, which I think he will, and even though that will make it 5 title changes, I believe. Might not be more than that, because, let's see. We'll recap right quick. So, Goto beat Suzuki at Wrestle Kingdom 12. And he had the belt all the way up until he lost to Elgin at Kazuna Road. Then he won the belt back from Elgin in that triple threat. Then he dropped it at Tai Chi. Then he won it back. So that has been, 5 kind of changes throughout the entire year, and here we'll make it 6 to end the year, which is a little much for a Japanese promotion's belt change. But with the Never Openweight division, there's never been a whole lot of crazy long reigns with it. Masato Tanaka, the first reign as champion, it was like 300 some days, which is one of the highest. But really, ever since then, I don't think there's been really one that's exceeded above 300 days. It's just the style and the way a lot of the guys, they get it for a cup of coffee. Evil had it for like 10 days, Elgin for like 5 or something, and Tai Chi was like 20 days, and it's kind of a belt that's easy to be tossed around with. It's not a big major belt, even though there's been a lot of great matches for it, and there's been a great style that's been synonymous with the Never Open division where guys just kill each other. It's tossed around a bit. There's been 21 champions so far out of since the belt was debuted in 2012. So, it's not a bad record at all. But for Goto, he'll be in the division, and he'll be in the title hunt in 2019. I'm almost sure of it. This will be nothing but just a loss here to Ibushi. But Ibushi getting something here. Ibushi hasn't really held any belts with New Japan, being a freelancer, and for him, it's so important to have, as Ibushi, being the freelancer for throughout New Japan. He was a junior heavyweight champion for the most part, but with the IWGP Intercontinental Championship, he had that match against Nakamura, but he never really held any gold for New Japan. Besides a lot of the junior division stuff, and he was a junior tag champ with Omega. But here, he gets a belt, which is awesome, and sure, he's worth more than the Never Heavyweight Championship. That's for sure. Damn sure. He's in the finals of the G1. He's been a New Japan Cup winner. He's had multiple title shots against heavyweight champions and, Intercontinental champions. But it's a nice consolation prize. Plus, it makes the Ospreay-Ibushi match mean so much more now with the championship on the line. But, on to the main event. We have Guerrillas of Destiny taking on Evil and Sonata. Now, my prediction at the beginning of this whole tournament was GOD getting the win. I don't think it's gonna happen, at this juncture now. I'm jumping ship. I'm changing picks. I'm changing horses in the race. Going with Evil and Sonata. It just makes sense. Evil and Sonata, they lost to GOD during the actual tournament bracket matches when they had their match. So it would make very little sense for them to lose here. With that being said too, because if they do lose, they can't be in the Never Openweight 6-man gauntlet match because there's not enough members of LIJ. Even though the Naito Jericho match hasn't officially been announced by New Japan, even though they pitched it, Jericho's refused the match. They're not gonna just throw Naito in that goddamn Never Openweight 6-man gauntlet match, or I'll have a heart attack. There's no way. And for them, if Evil and Sonata just aren't on the card, I feel like that'd be a real glaring negative issue, because those two guys are very talented, let alone being a tag team or in singles competition. Those two, very talented. And, it's just, now if they win, they still get to be on the card. And GOD, it's really no harm, no foul. They're in perfect contention here. They're gonna lose, but hey, they're still going on to Wrestle Kingdom. And like I said, talking about the Bucks, I think the Bucks are gonna come out after Evil and Sonata. They have the trophy and stuff. They're posing with them, they're taking the pictures and whatnot. They'll come out and they'll throw their name in the hat. They'll be like, "Well, we weren't in the World Tag League, or we would have won this damn thing. And why don't we just make it a triple threat tag team match for the IWGP Tag Team titles?" And they'll make it, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Bucks win. If that's the case, I wouldn't be surprised if Evil and Sonata win. I do not think GOD will win, though. It would be kind of... They've had the belts for a good bit now. They've had a good run. Time for somebody else. I wouldn't... Evil and Sonata getting the win would be awesome, because New Japan, they love doing at Wrestle Kingdom. They love rewarding people that are kind of over, in that sense. Wrestle Kingdom 11, you look at the rise of LIJ, really. You have Naito beating Hiroshi Tanahashi in the co-main event. Crazy-ass match. Incredible. You have Hiromu, who's just coming back off excursion. He wins. He beats Kushida. And you had Evil, Sonata, and Bushi win the Never Openweight 6-man belts in the Gauntlet match. As, they were all of LIJ was put over. And that was mainly because LIJ at that time was top 5 shirts in New Japan at that time. 3 of them were LIJ shirts. I think one was obviously the Bullet Club shirt, and then a Tanahashi shirt was like top 5. But 3 of them was LIJ. And the office and kind of everybody in charge, Ghetto and whatnot, was just kind of like, well, we gotta, they're over, so we gotta put them in a high marquee spot. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's the same thing here. Naito beating Jericho. You have Evil and Sonata winning the IWGP Tag Team titles, and you have Shingo and Bushi winning the IWGP Junior Tag Team titles. You know, just kind of the same formula. They're over. They're probably the most over stable in New Japan by a long shot. It's not even close. Like, they are on fire, and they're not cooling off anytime soon. Makes sense for what New Japan, their business motto, and it makes just total sense as far as a viewer standpoint from my perspective. It just, you gotta put the belts on them, you know, they're over, makes sense. That's kind of, because New Japan and Japanese pro wrestling in general, they don't use belts the way companies here in the United States or anything at all around the world, you know. They don't use them, like, as vehicles to, like, put people on a higher pedestal. They're mainly used as fucking, like, rewards, like, legitimate, there's a sense of actual, like, winning something, of accomplishment, you know, because it's just like, listen, they're the fucking best, or they're the most over team, or they're the most over person in the junior heavyweight division, or what have you. Besides, like, the never open weight division stuff, where they are basically belts that are just thrown together and thrown on people, but here, the IWGP belts, they are not used to elevate, they are more used to represent people as top guys, and kind of represent, they are the best of the best, you know, when they have those belts. And it makes total sense. Almost 90% of the time, there's very little shock value when someone wins a belt. There have been times, you know, when Okada beat Tanahashi at New Beginning in Sapporo, when Bad Luck Fale beat Shinsuke Nakamura for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship, you know, stuff like that. But very rarely. Not anything like this, you know, at Wrestle Kingdom, to say the least. As, that will do it, a long one. But, you know, listen, we have a lot to talk about. Wrestle Kingdom right around the corner. Got to talk about that for a bit. We'll give you some preview insights before the actual Wrestle Kingdom 13 preview video. So there you go. But that will do it. And I'll catch you guys for the review of the World Tag League 2018 Final Show Review video. Take care, everyone.